It's time for your statewide Alabama weathercast.
Good morning, I'm meteorologist Drew McCombs with the Alabama Weather Network, and this is your morning statewide forecast here for this Tuesday morning. And you can see that we've got a beautiful looking sky watcher picture here from Jamelin Pounds of the harvest moon. So this was taken last night through the clouds here. So we had a number of pretty cool pictures there showing up from our sky watchers. And as we take a look across the state as far as the radar is concerned here, you can see that we will have a couple of showers around this morning. You see we've got a few more widespread showers are around earlier this morning, but looks like we've since tapered off a decent bit up in the Tennessee Valley, but revealing a good bit of cloud cover still across most of the state this morning. A little bit more breaks in the clouds this morning versus yesterday morning in the southern part of the state. But again, still a few scattered showers back towards the west along the I-22 corridor as well. Most of the southern part of the state staying dry so far this morning, although there are a few showers lurking offshore that we'll show here in a second. Looking at a quick view of the more high resolution, high top radar here, you've got a few showers again moving across 565 towards Huntsville, a few back there southwest of Athens and Limestone County. And then again, there's a few heavier showers still left over in parts of Jackson County, kind of in the mountains right there. As we zoom in a little bit closer, again, you've got a few heavier showers that have moved over Sand Mountain, kind of moving towards the Georgia line at this point. There you see there west of Stevenson, a few showers still north of Hollywood. Again, near High Top itself, but generally just kind of some showery and drizzly conditions for the northern part of the state. Looking down towards the south along the coast, we've got a few heavier showers that have been lingering off the coast, although they've started to fall apart here just in the last 30 minutes to an hour or so. So not much making it actually on shore yet. So definitely not seeing quite as much rain this morning as we've seen the last couple of mornings down along the coast. And you can see that looking at our rain totals. This is the past 3 days of rain totals. So places like Orange Beach and further to the east up towards Foley, Alberta, Lillian there along basically the state line have seen 5 to 6 inches of rain over the last 3 days. Some places and spots have reported more than that, including Pam Cale and Foley, one of our sky watchers. She has received 7.27 inches since yesterday. Saw a few reporting sites around 8 or 9 inches as well. Further to the west, there's been still been some pretty good activity towards Fort Morgan, Dauphin Island as well, getting around 2 inches, and Bayou La Battery also getting a little bit over an inch. So there's been some needed rain in the coastal areas, but not as much further north of that. But looking at Orange Beach right now, again, calmer this morning than what we've seen the last couple of mornings. Still maybe seeing a little bit of that shower activity off in the distance here. The surf is still kicking up pretty good, but not as much as it was. Still rip current statements in effect for kind of one more day here. Temperature is 76 degrees right now. Got a little bit of a breeze out of the east, not probably quite as breezy as it has been. Dauphin Island starting to clear out a little bit more. Again, more blue skies showing up today than what we've seen here recently. Maybe some lower clouds off in the distance there, but it's 77 degrees there at Dauphin Island. As we move a little bit further to the north, Fairhope looking really nice this morning at 77 degrees out there. The dew point's at 75, so again, we've got a little bit more moisture in place here than we've seen in recent times, and so it's definitely more humid across the state. And as we move further to the north in Jefferson, some low cloud cover in that part of the state, in the southwestern part of the state. So again, most places still seeing a good bit of cloud cover to start off this morning. As we continue to move further to the north in Alabaster, same thing there. Plenty of cloud cover in place at 74 degrees there with a little bit of a breeze. You can see the camera's shaking a little bit with that southeasterly breeze. And then Hatton there, you can see some of the showers that have been falling with the raindrops on the camera lens there. It looks like it's not raining as much as it was a little bit earlier when I took a look at it, but you can see it's 72 degrees there. And again, the dew point at 71. So we have a more moist air mass in place for a little bit longer before this cold front comes through. Here's a look at the low temperatures that have occurred so far this morning from our sky watchers. Got down to 71 degrees in 3 different spots. Brent Wyatt and Morris, Stephen Mazzell and Hayden, and Mike Thomas and Lake Martin all hit 71. Valerie Hughes and Tuscaloosa got down to 73, and the same thing from Ronald Hughes and Coker. So again, with this moist air mass in place, not getting those temperatures quite as low, but we'll be seeing that changing here pretty soon. Temperatures right now, again, we haven't moved a whole lot from the morning lows. It's 73 degrees in Alexander City. It's 75 in Clanton, 72 in Coleman. We've got upper 70s towards the south, 77 degrees in Gulf Shores. Dew points, again, are a little good bit higher than we've seen in recent times, where we're sitting in the 70s or low 70s in many spots, especially the southern part of the state, and even all the way to the state line, 70 degrees in Huntsville, 72 in Coleman, And so we expect to see those dew points lower as we get this front through here, especially once we get into Thursday. Looking at the wind gusts, the whole state should not be quite as breezy today as it has been. Still a little bit of a breeze left over. But you can see primarily right now we've got some wind gusts close to 20 miles per hour and a little bit over 20 miles per hour in the Tennessee Valley, 23 miles per hour in Florence, 19 in Coleman. Further to the south, though, it has calmed down a little bit, and even along the coast, not quite what it has been the last couple of days. Here's a look at the coastal alerts. Because we're starting to see things relax a little bit down along the coast, well, eventually we're seeing some of these coastal alerts fall off here. So we don't have any of the small craft advisories that we've seen in recent days, or the high surf advisories. Still have this rip current statement, though, extending from Panama City Beach all the way back to Dauphin Island. That's in effect for another day, basically, so until early tomorrow morning, and then they're expected to let that expire as that rip current risk starts to subside. So one more day where you want to kind of take it easy, and then maybe still exercise caution, obviously, if you're going to be getting out there, but it should be a little bit better for tomorrow and the next couple of days after that as things calm down. What we're watching for today and the rest of this week, scattered showers again today, especially in the northern and western parts of the state. There will be some places that don't end up getting much at all, and the places that do probably will not get anything significant. But we do expect to see cooler and drier air filtering in here Thursday and Friday behind that front. And it's going to be a nice weekend, and with some potentially chilly mornings. Upper 40s early Saturday and Sunday are certainly possible in the northern part of the state in some of those cooler spots. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. It'll be a more fall-like feel as we get into this weekend. Here's a look at the futurecast again. Most of the cloud cover and showers mainly to the northern part of the state. And as we get through the afternoon, could have a decent band of showers and a few heavier ones there, with maybe a few rumbles of thunder mixed in, but not a whole lot in the northern part of the state, moving from Hamilton, Florence, Huntsville. And again, a few showers possible as well a little bit further to the south between Tuscaloosa and Birmingham along I-20/59. A few scattered showers in the southern part of the state, but really the heavier rain looks to be most likely in the northern part of the state for today versus more likely in the southern part of the state the last couple of days. As we get on into tomorrow, the front starts to push in. You start to see it pushing in from the northwest, but again, not expecting significant rainfall along that front. As we get into tomorrow morning, just a few scattered showers there along it. And as we go on into the afternoon, we'll get a little bit of an uptick of a few scattered showers here along the front as it moves further to the south into the southern part of the state. But again, you see this is not widespread. This is not going to be heavy for long periods of time, so we don't expect significant rainfall totals with this. And as we get into Thursday morning again, the front has continued to move through. It won't push all the way through probably until more like Friday, so maybe some lingering clouds and a few showers for Thursday, especially in the southern part of the state. As far as heavy rainfall, again, really the only place we expect to have some chance of brief heavy rainfall would be in the Tennessee Valley up here in the green right here. South of that, don't really expect much issues. And again, if anything that does fall that's a little bit heavier should be fairly brief. Looking at the rainfall outlook, that kind of tells a story there where, again, most of the state going to be barely noticeable as far as rainfall totals. Might get a quarter of an inch in a few spots, and a few spots could get in a half inch down towards the south. But this is the rainfall outlook basically for the next week, not looking like we're going to be seeing a whole lot. Forecast temperatures, so this is where we'll see some change here in the next couple of days. Kind of rolling through this pretty fast here, but we'll see highs in the upper 70s and low 80s the next day or so. And then as we get into Thursday morning, you see here's where we start to see that cooler air starting to filter in, that cooler, dry air, where we could get upper 40s by Thursday morning. Might be more likely to get that by Friday morning as well, as things kind of settle in and we see the winds relax a little bit. But that's kind of what we're looking at as we head towards the latter part of the week. So here's your 7-day forecast. We're expecting, again, pretty high rain chances for basically scattered showers. A good portion of the northern part of the state getting at least a few showers, even though they're not significant rainfall total for today. Could get to low 80s. Some places may only get in the upper 70s. We'll see those chances of rain back off quite a bit as the front pushes to the south of the northern part of the state tomorrow. And then look at those temperatures as we head into the weekend. You can see expect to only get into the mid upper 70s for many days in a row. Lows down into generally the low 50s, up mid 50s, and again, some spots could get into the upper 40s. Then for South Alabama, again, the chances of rain the next couple of days are pretty spotty, but we're still keeping them in there as that front pushes through. Won't be pushing all the way through the southern part of the state till really more like Thursday into Friday. So again, still pretty warm there until we get the front through there, and then you see those lows start to go down in southern Alabama as well. So really all parts of the state looking pretty nice as far as the weekend is concerned coming up. Well, that is your forecast for now. We appreciate you watching us as always on the Alabama Weather Network.